Every year, the FBI says millions of older Americans fall victim to some type of financial fraud.
In 2024, Americans lost billions to fraud, but people over the age of 60 were especially hard hit, losing nearly $5 billion to scammers. The FBI says the total could be higher because many fraud victims are too afraid or ashamed to come forward. With the U.S. population getting older, elder fraud remains a growing problem.
Consumer reporter Tammy Elliott explains why older adults are often the target of fraud and offers solutions to help protect their money.
A call from what appeared to be a trusted pharmacy. A Wisconsin woman, who we are only identifying as Janet, picked up the phone and heard what sounded like an urgent message about her Medicare benefits.
It sounded legitimate when they called because it was CVS.
Janet listened to what the man on the other end had to say and admits she was initially suspicious. But
he said, "I've worked for Medicare for 29 years. We have to update your record." And he just kept pushing that.
She says the man kept pressing her for her Medicare number and repeated that her benefits had been taken away and urged her not to argue. The longer she stayed on the line, the more compelled she felt to give in.
They just, pull you in, and then, I didn't know what they were going to do with my number.
Janet is just one of the tens of thousands of older Americans who fall victim to a scam every year. The National Council on Aging says defrauding seniors has become a lucrative business. According to the FBI, elder fraud takes many forms, from government imposters, a phony investment opportunity, or the grandparent scam, where they impersonate a loved one in urgent need of money.
I think they are very susceptible to people that really know how to play them, and I guess a better term would be to prey upon them.
Ron Boyd is the CEO of the Local Office on Aging, or LOA, in Roanoke, Virginia, and says one of the main reasons senior citizens are targeted is social isolation.
In many cases, most cases, lonely. They're vulnerable. They want someone to talk to, and they just believe the best in people.
Boyd says many older Americans were taught to listen to authority and believe people are basically good. A 2023 article by Psychology Today echoes Boyd, saying that trust is part of generational and cultural factors that scammers try to exploit.
They were raised not to question, not to get angry.
If you know someone who's caught up in a scam, the Federal Trade Commission says it's important to lead with empathy, avoid criticism or disappointment, and you should try to validate the victim's story. Once a senior opens up, Boyd says that you should try to relate to them and not judge, and share one crucial piece of advice.
It's all right not to be trusting, and it's all right to question and verify.
As for Janet, she followed the scammer's directions.
The handler would come back on again and say, "They're going to offer you a back brace and a knee brace and wrist brace." And you just say, "Okay." And I said, "I don't need any of that. Just say yes to everything they say."
She ended up ordering thousands of dollars worth of medical equipment she did not need. Days later, those medical devices started arriving at her house, a painful reminder of the time and trust the scammers took from her. Janet says the experience has caused her to think twice before picking up the phone.
Every time a doctor calls, I think, just wait for a message, because you don't know.
Janet was able to refuse delivery of all those packages and says she was not charged. After contacting Medicare about the call, Janet had to get a new Medicare number. Since then, she says she's had no further issues. Jessica Johnston with the National Council on Aging says it's critical to protect your Medicare number because, like in the case of Janet, it can be used to file false claims.
So your Medicare number is really kind of as important and as personal as your Social Security number, and should really be protected in the same way because it can be used for people to get fraudulent claims.
Johnston also encourages seniors to take a deep breath and verify any calls or texts.
Medicare is never going to call you unless you've asked for help yourself. And so really be wary of people, claiming that they are calling you, even if They have some of your basic information.
The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid urges people to call 1-800-MEDICARE to report items they did not order or authorize. In Green Bay, Wisconsin, I'm Tammy Elliott.